Welcome back to Dad's Mash Buttons. We're taking the squad we just built in our fantasy draft into preseason week 1 against the Houston Texans. Enjoy the full game and stick around at the end for the post-game recap.
As the weekend approaches, what do you say we settle in and end the work week right with some football? I mean, it's time for another edition of Thursday Night Primetime here with the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we'll get a primetime preseason matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. And off we go on Thursday Night Primetime. Trevor Achane to return it. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the first overall pick in the draft. Helped lead Indiana football's turnaround, Fernando Mendoza.
You know, they picked him in the second round believing there was first-round talent inside of him, and we've seen it before. Quarterbacks miss day one, but go on to have lengthy careers in the NFL. He'll get a lot of run this preseason, starting today, to make his case as their future leader.
They'll run it with Travion Henderson. Have him gain about a handful there. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Second down now for Mendoza. This one's misplayed and falls to the ground. Incomplete, and now it's third down. The Adam Brock throw was on target. Gotta help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Well, running it was a long shot, right? We all knew that. And even with that small pickup, still a few yards away from moving those chains.
And I don't mind the run call. I really don't. Those can be very effective in those situations. But that defense, they were up for it, and they hit it before it got started.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. This is good. Down the sideline. Finishes with a gain of 10 there. That means he's staying out there. They convert on fourth. All right, so the offense staying out there. They've got first down now inside the 45. Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And give him the first down, Brock. Great results. That snap goes for 17. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. You want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of. And stacking runs like that will sure help.
Mendoza now. He'll get it complete to Travion Henderson. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock. It's second down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Second down. This is Mendoza. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Henderson's going to get it on third down. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Running for it, it's Henderson. And he is stopped a long ways from that line of game. They force a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And it's the Utah State alum at quarterback. Year 6 of his career, year 4 as a starter now. It's Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now we just get to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Brought down there after a gain of about 14 yards. And that is the Texans' first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Texans' first down.
Here's Dowdle again. He's got a gain of 6 there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it can be super complex. You get into a lot of language, a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from it. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Throwing, it's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. We got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, fourth down. So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. Love throwing on fourth. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on fourth, and it's going to go over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes his way.
Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. That's the end of 1. 3 more to go here on Thursday Night Primetime. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Reliance Stadium coming right up. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at second and pretty short. Play fake, it's Richardson. And down he goes. They drop him right along that midfield stripe. And that loss means it's third down now and 12. To throw, Richardson. And to the ground it goes, so an incomplete pass brings us to fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. They think they hand it off. Now Richardson. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on first down. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
Count again, it's Sampson. 2nd down only works out for a yard. And great read by the defense there. They attacked, and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker,
yeah.
That is in your dictionary right there.
There it is. And they come up empty on that 3rd down. Would have been good for the first, but couldn't hang on through that hit. It is 4th down. The Texans set to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Fielded at the 11. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. As the Chargers get back on offense, let's look across the way at Texans defensive coordinator Matt Burke. He's in his 4th season now with the team. His defense is, Brock, among the best in the NFL during that time. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson back to throw. And he almost throws this away on the first snap of the drive. Put it into harm's way. The pick is dropped, so you're going to see 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Here's Richardson on 2nd down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know they're going to keep giving him looks, keep calling pass plays. You cannot survive a game without a completion, but the results so far, yeah, they've been a little bit rough.
Feeling the pressure, and they bring him down at his own 5-yard line. And now it is 4th and 17.
I'm sorry, Kate, I'm trying to remember a time that we saw a lead change on a safety. It's been a while. And that effort defensively nearly got it done. So close to the goal line with that sack.
Out now come the Texans on offense. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Bridgewater looking to throw. And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender timed it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal.
Pinheiro's kick is good. And that will get them on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Achane. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Here's their first carry for LeQuint Allen. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
And not going to get a snap here. We have arrived at our 2-minute warning. More just ahead from Reliant Stadium. Second down now, 7 to go. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. And this throw is going to be incomplete. Third down.
Just kind of one of those moments sitting up here in the booth where you're like, man, if they're going to find a way to get the first points, somebody has got to step up. Just to not been able to find even that first completion yet. So
on and quick, and they bring it down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Jeremy Crawshaw out once again, punting away. And the fair catch is made just about a yard or two short of midfield. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Throwing is Bridgewater. Brought in right side by Moore. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Looking quickly here.
It's a gain of 11. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Bridgewater now. He's got Moore once again. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock. It's second down.
Gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Man in motion, headed right.
33-yard line.
Second down carry for Sampson. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down.
He was brought down by Dominic Hampton. It's a loss of a yard.
Putting a receiver in motion. Here he is on third and short. He finds Sampson out of the backfield. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Houston calls it second timeout. Here's Bridgewater on first. 4 of 6 throwing that football since coming in at QB. Looking in the air here. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. Picked up by the Chargers. The 40! Into the red zone. And he will take it back for the Los Angeles touchdown. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Sent right down the middle and good. And they jump ahead by 4.
Chargers 7, Texans 3. Cam Little to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Has this at the 6. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter. Time now for the bottom half of the roster to make an impact, Brock. Our preseason opener underway in half number 2. This makes it up to the 25. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Sampson here up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D-tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocked down that runner.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Got him. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And he falls on his own miscue, and that sets him up with a 1st down.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater to the air. And it's going to be broken up by a hit, incomplete. Couldn't make a play on the throw. The defender did the next best thing, ensuring that it's not going to be caught by anybody. 2nd down. Bridgewater. Got Evans, it's complete. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him 1 on that short completion.
It's just kind of the type of play why you name a position like this tight end, because it's going to be tight throws into contested windows, and you got to get the job done with people all around you.
And they're going to take him down just short of that marker in that range. Might we see them go for this 4th down? Just about a yard to the marker, so they're going to take the risk and go for this. Now run, James. And this will work out for the 1st down. About 5 on 4th and 2. And that decision winds up being a good one.
Okay, you and I are not too old to remember a time where this used to almost be a debate. You come in, bring on the special teams, and punt it, not in today's NFL. And the numbers tell you so often to go for it, and when you execute like they just did, they'll more than likely go for it again later in the game.
All right, so the offense staying out there. They've got 1st down now inside the 45. Starting on the ground here with Sampson. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards, and that gives Houston the 1st down. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. 1st and 10 from the 32. Running back sent in motion. Running with James. And he's going to get inside the defense's 30 here. Looks to be a gain of about 6 on the play.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Stop is made after a gain of about 7. That's going to be enough for the 1st.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Texans 1st down.
They've got a man in motion.
18-yard line.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. Escapes the defender. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust, right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Bridgewater to throw it. In trouble here, and he's not going to get away. They bring him down at the 22. And now they're staring down a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football, because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
taken in by Hill, right side. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
They call third downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Brought in right side. And as he goes out of bounds, we're going to hear from our referee who the guilty party is on this flag. Yeah, avoidable mistake there, Brock. A lot of people saw it, including our officials. Offside's the call. Sampson will score. It's a Houston touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Point after tries. Good by Pinheiro. And lead now up to a field goal.
The score, Texans 10, Chargers 7. Roberto
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Achane. Making some progress here. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So we've hit the end of this third quarter for this Thursday night primetime game. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. So first down from the 41. Mendoza. That's complete. It's Trevor Achane. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Mendoza on second. Contact is there. That's going to break up the catch. Incomplete pass. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. He stopped just before he can move those chains. That brings up fourth and short. Gotta have this one, Brock, as they hurry up to the line. Trying for it, it's Achane. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs. And just a yard shy of midfield, first and 10.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
And off on the shotgun, it's Sampson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
On third down, they'll go with Sampson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. To throw, here's Bridgewater. That's more of the catch out left. He's going to have about 9 yards, it looks like, as he's forced towards that sideline. And that gives the Texans a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, here's Sampson. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the fourth.
1-yard loss on the
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They kick the running back in motion. Throw here, 3rd down. Oh, it's there, but he dropped it. A painful moment to break concentration and forces 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
A big moment coming up for Eddie Pinheiro on this attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. It's far enough, but does not get the redirect off the upright. It's no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Surely not something they're too pleased about down on the field. But, Kate, with that miss, ooh, we got a lot of juice. We got an opportunity here to see a field goal and a chance to take this game to overtime.
The Charger offense making its way to the field. And they're very fortunate the turnover on downs and short field did not lead to points. They can thank their defense by putting a scoring drive together right now. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Mendoza now completes it to his back with Quint Allen. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it or, in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
This is Allen on 2nd. They bring him down, but we all saw how that one looked, right? There was a face mask involved, and the flag is out.
Face mask. Defense.
He took hauling him down by the face mask to bring an end to that play, and that adds a cool 15 yards onto the end of the run.
Automatic 1st down.
So the big penalty brings up this fresh set of downs. Here's Mendoza. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown.
Darren Waller. Touchdown.
And there's that big welcome to the NFL moment for him, Brock. His first career touchdown pass. Gotta imagine you remember yours, right?
I didn't have many, Kate. I think I only had 4, but I do remember my first to Darrell Jackson, a little slant route. And this rookie, he'll never forget this one either.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they jump ahead by 4.
Chargers 14, Texans 10. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Texans offense and Dylan Sampson now to begin another drive. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up their among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. All right, there's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Slot man motioned over. Here's Bridgewater. Got his target. It's Hill. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Multiple ways to attack. Here's 2nd and long. Back to throw. Moore has it on the outside. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there.
That's all about reading and recognizing right there for the linebacker. The only way you make a tackle for loss on a completion is you see it right away and you jump on it for a loss.
Needs something big. It's 3rd and long. Here he is to throw. Taken in over the middle. It's Evans. And this is going to be short. Looked for sure like he'd have it, but they stopped him about a yard short, so it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Washington. And the Chargers make the play that should win them this game.
By Daxton Hill. It's a turnover on downs.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Running with Achane here out of the gun. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Zone read, they hand it to Achane. And he's got the Charger first down. And that should be all she wrote in this one. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. So that puts a bow.
And that puts a bow on preseason week 1 against Houston. Von Miller sets the tone early with a massive fumble recovery returned all the way for our first touchdown of the year. AR-15 struggled going 0 for 5, so we put Mendoza back in late in the 4th quarter to give us a spark, and he delivered, finding Darren Waller for the go-ahead touchdown. And we ran the clock out. D1 defensive stand, ran the clock out, took some knees. Moving into week 2 against the 49ers, we're likely putting Jalen Milroe in as the backup and see what he can do. So hit that subscribe button to follow the Chargers rebuild on Dad's Mash Buttons, and we'll see you next time.